Everyone. No countdown now because I lost track of time. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a little bit of a spontaneous stream. Last night, Sonnet 4.6 was released. I kind of feel like it was a very stealthy release. Like, I didn't even realize it was out until Mari mentioned it. So yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how this goes, because there'd been a lot of chat over recent weeks, months, whatever, that Sonnet 5 was coming out, and then 2 weeks later they released this. So I'm guessing that it's not doing quite what the developers wanted it to do, but given the improvements in like coding stuff usually is bad news for us as writers. As we kind of saw with the Opus 4.5, 4.6 shift, I'm cautiously optimistic. So what I thought I would do today is take a story that I kind of did like some vague. I was like looking back, I mean, this is in August. I did some vague like world building, see what it can make. Sonnet 4.5 and 4.6 can make of that, and try and get a bit of a story going, write a chapter that I feel like writing, and try and get a general grasp of this model and how it compares to its previous iteration. Um, okay. Hi, Dylan. Yeah, lovely to see you too. So what is the general consensus? Like, what are people doing? Like, have people found this a good model? Is it I've not done any writing with it, but I did do some analysis and like plotting. And it's okay. It's not as good as Opus 4.6, but I don't think that's necessarily like, that's kind of to be expected. I'd love to know your thoughts. I think what I will do is I'll do two mirrored chats with Sonnet 4.5 and Sonnet 4.6. I'm gonna add in as context my premise and then just all my codex because I don't remember what's there. So let's have a look. What do I want to write? It's been a while since I've worked on this novel. I have a premise and some characters. Can you help me get to grips with it all and my story to give me a jumping off point? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to send this. And then I'm going to start a new chat with Sonnet 4.6, pin that, add in the exact same context. So entries by type, all entries, and snippets premise. And I'll paste that message and you can see Sonnet 4.6. And we're going to see this, right. Welcome back to the Ash Purge. Let me help you reconnect with your story. Here's what you've built so far. The core concept. You've created a volcanic horror village where the dead don't stay silent. Vethri sets inside supervolcano Vaith, surrounded by ash dunes that whisper with the voices of the dead. Every 7 years, the village holds the Ash Purge, burning the outer dunes to cleanse the whispers. But this time, something's gone wrong. Your protagonist, Gravra. Gravra. Gravra is someone who never asked to be special, but the dead chose her anyway. She has the veil, so milky eyes that let her see, hear the dead. A burden of duty that she's been resisting. The Fire Tongue village leader trying to rename her, which is a huge cultural power move. Her name literally means born over a grave, so she's been marked from birth. She has a younger sibling, Dubric, Morning's Mercy, which suggests she might be protecting him from something. The inciting incident. During this purge, they find a modern rifle in a mummy's hands. This proves the dead in the dunes aren't just ancestors, they're future victims. Okay. Time is broken here. I'm not sure how that does it. We might have to work on that, but good to know. So she must accept the role or flee into the dunes where the first death is waiting. Okay, so this talks a bit about the world's logic. Okay, and then it gives me some questions to get me started. Okay, so that's a solid. That's what I would expect of 4.5. Let's give it. Let's have a look at 4.6. Um, okay, so it's chosen to focus on the world building first. Vethri, supervolcano, Vaith, um, dead are buried in a ritual called becoming Ashborn. Um, okay, so that's just story's title, so it's almost certainly the central event. Shows the characters that are named. Um, core tension, the purge is a power struggle. Whoever lights the fire controls the dead's voices for the next 7 years. It's political, religious, and deeply personal, especially someone like Gravra who's already tangled up with the dead whether she wants to be or not. Okay, I like that. That kind of like core tension, it's identified. And then it's mentioning, okay, to get a jumping off point, it'd be helpful to nail down a few things. What does Gravra want? Who else is competing to light the fire? And what do they want to do with the power? And what secret does this purge reveal that changes everything? The last one's hinted in your lore. The purge. Did I forget to put my premise in? That explains why it didn't start with my premise. Because I didn't give it. Um, okay. It talks about inciting incident, conflict, dilemma, stakes. That all feels good. It knows, even though the paragraph I gave it. Oh, okay. I guess for reference, let me tell you what the premise is. Grava has spent years resisting the Fire Tongue's attempts to rename her until the Purge reveals a modern rifle clutched in a mummy's. Do I have the premise somewhere else as well? No. They're proving the dead aren't just ancestors but future victims. When the Fire Tongue declares the weapon, the sign that Grava must be reborn as the Ash Speaker, she's given a choice: embrace the role and control the dead's voices, or watch the village burn. Now she must either master the Vale's chaos or flee into the dunes. So let's have a look at the difference in the questions. Yeah, I realized that after, which was a bit orcs, but that's fine. It still did a good job given it didn't have the premise. So okay. What do you guys think of the difference in the two sets of questions? So 4.5 has asked kind of like things like what has Gravra been doing to resist being the flyer tongue? What does the rifle mean to her personally? Why does she care if the village burns? What does controlling the dead's voices actually mean? And where do you want to start the story? Whereas 4.6 has asked, who is the fire tongue? So are they what is their motivation? What kind of figure are they in the story? Are they like the antagonist or something else? What does Gravra want before the purge? So what is her ordinary life? What is she trying to protect? And what is the role of Durik in this story? Um, I mean, I love that it did a little smiley face. That's very cute. Hmm. Okay, interesting questions as well before. So I think I like the questions feel a little bit more nuanced. Like they actually get the story, and like the things that are important. So let's give this a go. Just answer some of the questions, see how it does with that general brainstorming vibe. Who is the fire tongue? Okay. Hmm. What do I want? Um, almost. to the point of fanaticism. They survived the what did I call the illness? An early bout of gut rot, and I'm just kind of just gonna make sure. And believe that they have been chosen. I think there's some of wafy figure, grayed skin, not especially old. They kind of feel eternal, but aren't. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. 4.6 seems to be more focused on world building, 4.5 more on the novel story. Okay, yeah, no, I can see that. Um, I feel like 4.6 is trying to like clarify things first. It's been like, okay, well, there are these little things that are setting the world that don't feel quite there. Um, what else? What else? Yeah. Okay. So I feel like Gravra's like aversion to the Ayatung is like not uncommon. Like everyone's kind of like, Okay, do they have a name? Okay, so I'm gonna stay with 4.6 because I'm interested in finding out more about the fire tongue. Um, but yeah, Mitchell, yeah, you could definitely focus more on the plot. I mean, I'm happy to think about the character because I'm like, oh, this is kind of like inspiring a scene in my head, which is what I want for just the purposes of this stream. But yeah, you could absolutely be like, give me questions about the plot. I'm gonna go back into my old chats. Okay, a naming convention. Amazing. I had some stuff where I was doing naming. So okay, so there's some female names, male names. Okay, let's have a look for a name for the name of the fire tongue is now blank, but this was given to them upon becoming the fire tongue. Flintar kind of works. Um, yeah. Oh, works the fire. Okay. Um. Oh, ferric. No, I think okay. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so Marty says it was good for 24 hours. It's already been nerfed, I think. Isn't the same as it was yesterday. That's a shame. Yeah, I find this a lot with models that they're really great out the bat, but by the time the next model comes along, you're ready for that model to be there because you're like, "Oh my god, this is so bad now." And maybe that's just us getting used to things and then like impressions, but also it does feel like things are getting nerfed. Which is not always, you don't want that. You want like I don't know, you want something that's reliable. I think consistency is definitely something that AI models kind of struggle with. Um, okay. Right. How long have they had their eye on Guavra specifically? Um, I think they've had their eyes on Gravra for a while. Perhaps they noticed something years back. Oh, hi, Dilly. Um, it's kind of creepy. So some weird vibes. The interest is because of death. It's like, it's weird because she's young, but yeah. Okay, so Thrice Reckless says, from my testing since last night, 4.6 is better at grasping nuance than 4.5, but I still found it situational. Yeah. I think we're still in the stage where we're gonna have to be prompting AI a lot for nuance or like just writing it ourselves. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. But like, yeah, I think like the latest models, I was wondering if it's because models are being prepared for like coding and things where you kind of need to be a bit more obvious. And they're getting like agentic tasks and everything's kind of like very much for like coding, explain your reasoning, have a to-do list, that kind of stuff. And so we're just ending up with models that need to state the obvious to justify what they've done. And I saw this a lot on Saturday with Opus, that 4.6 did some showing and then felt the need to explain the emotion behind what it had just showed. And it's like, you don't need to do that. So I think that might be something that as a compromise we see as AI gets better for some tasks, writers just kind of get thrown under the bus, which this isn't where the big money is made for AI companies. Like we're tiny. We're a little drop in the ocean, but we like our models to write well, please. Uh Do they believe the first death is something to be feared or communed with? Let me remind myself what the first death is. Or the final death, whatever it was. And now I'm like, okay, where was this? I love that you can search the codex and just be like, okay. Oh, okay, those who die suddenly are seen as stolen by the first death. Maybe since they did the rites. Okay, yeah. Mitchell says, when Claude advances, I need to adjust my prompting strategy and tactics. Absolutely. I would 1000% recommend, no matter what model you use, to tailor your prompts to that model. And if you have like the same prompt and you're using two models, make changes because it will make a world of difference. I often will, if I have like a complicated prompt, I'll run it in, say, Gemini and like Sonnet and be like, how can I make this better for you to understand? And so then I'll have a Gemini version and a Anthropic version or whatever. Dylan says maybe Mistral will take their idea of optimizing their small creator model to the medium or large models, which will be exciting. Yeah, if they did it for the medium, I love Mistral Medium, 3.1 specifically, but yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Dilly, Mama's busy. She'll get you some food later, okay? Who's a good boy? I think it's because you can't hear other people's. You can't just keep tapping me, darling. Wait. Okay, yeah, it's his dinner time. That's why. Okay, so we've got this. Do they believe the first death is something to be feared or communed with? Oh, it's okay. 1 minute, 30 minutes. Perhaps they have lingering memories from their own. What's wrong, Baba? You can wait. It's okay. Okay, it's really quick as well, I'm noticing. That might be because it's not got thinking and and suddenly like when you've been using Gemini for a bit or like a model with thinking, because I've got prefer thinking off. Okay. Flintar is a great name. It's the same ashy, hard quality as the world itself. The long watch since Graver's rite of passage is genuinely unsettling in a way that's hard to articulate or report. Yeah, we don't know how old Graver is, but Durik, I think, is probably like 12, 13, so about to take the stuff. The idea that Flintar has their own lingering memories from the first death is a wonderful wrinkle, reframes everything. They're not just fanatic, they've someone who's seen or heard something, spent years trying to understand it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. Okay. Okay, what did Flintar experience? I think Flintar heard something on the winds, something that he still hears storms. Perhaps a whisper, a word, something that calls to them. When Gravra returned, Flintar saw the same haunted look on her face. And when she first came back, she was speaking in the foreign language he heard. But within hours, it had died away. Not sure what their name is. Will come back. Oh, I feel so sorry for my baby. He's hungry. It's fine. Baby, soon. Soon, okay? If he keeps whining, I'll go and feed him because, like, it is his dinner time, so I feel bad. But okay, so we've got this. I'm gonna then get have a codex write up, and I'm gonna get it to write some codex entries, and then can you make me some codex entries for the following format as name, aliases, description. And then we want Flintar, Gravra, name that makes sense given the rest of the codex entries, but feels mysterious or something. And to answer your questions, yes, absolutely part of the whole death hearing stuff. If the purge and the rifle crack opens something in it, I think it might be the first death speaking, or something similar. Okay. Shame, but yes. Okay. Okay, let's extract character Flintar. That makes sense. Okay, save those entries. Oh, it's made these as stream novel series. 1 minute, let me just move to novel. I think I might have. Oh no, it's not. Okay, weird. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. I'm just gonna go and feed Dylan. I can't look at his face. Yeah. Hi, break time's over, everyone. Who's gonna do the shadow puppets while Kate's on? Okay. Blue Lights, Ludwig. Are we just recommending British TV shows now? That just sounds like okay. Okay, we have our Codex entries. Great. Let's now. I would like to write something. See what it does. Let's close this. Go into write. Add your first scene. Right. What do I want to write? I want to write. This is okay. So this is going to be action set custom point of view from Flinta. Save. Oh, the Ashen Tongue is not a character. It is lore. Flinta holds. Oh my god, what's this ritual called? I keep forgetting. Have you finished already? Oh wow. Some don't, but he stays. As the sun rises, a solo figure stumbles forward wearing a blindfold that looks different to the ritual ones. It is a child called Gravra. No. Dylan? No. You've had your food. Okay. It's a child called Gravra. She is speaking in another language, one that Flintar has not heard since his own. Vale writes. And then what was this called? So it was under law. What else do we want to put? Flintar's response. Etc. A reflective one shot of the world. Assume that the readers know about pieces of lore and weave them in naturally rather than over explaining everything. So I'll try this with a few prompts. I'm going to try. Sorry, I'm just telling my dog off. I'll try it with the general purpose. I'm going to say, let's do 1,000 words. I don't want to like force too much. I'm going to add in all my codex. I'm going to use Sonnet 4.6. Let's just see how it goes. What you doing? Good. I've not even had my coffee. Oh my god. I feel like where are the words? Okay. I'd love your thoughts as well, like, as we're going through. Okay, I mean, that feels, a little bit on the nose. She was practiced at that, like, inferring things, that aren't necessarily close point of view, but I didn't put third person limited, so you can kind of forgive it. It's a little bit blocky, but, okay. Okay, it's interesting. It's a little bit it's pretty much on point with the word count, yeah. It's a little bit, like, overly flowery, but then again, it's a lot of words for such a bit. I kind of expect that. I'll try with 4, 5, and then I'll try with a different prompt, I think, just to kind of get an idea of, like, how this is behaving. Because obviously the general purpose prompt is like a blank slate, you add your own style guides, that kind of thing. So this is like, it's there's nothing there to give it. Okay, I mean, I feel Sonic 4 5 is immediately started explaining stuff. Um, Very different. 4.5 and 4.6 have a very different writing style. Like just out of the bat with I feel like 4.5 is maybe being a little bit more like abrupt, which is good writing style. I like it normally, but and I like that it's got like the speech there. Um it's oh okay. So it's definitely more I really like that. It peeled away in strips, black and wet, like rotted cloth or skin. Um okay. I Which do I prefer? I think I prefer this, but I feel like some bits of the writing are a bit clunkier, but I kind of prefer the story. Obviously, it's hard to know. It's one generation whether things are better or worse. So I'm going to try a different prompt, which you can play around. Um, and now I'm trying to find what do I want to do? This is a prompt I'm currently working on, and I will share it. Just when it's done. um, yeah, that's fine. Let's try 4.6. What are you guys thinking about the prose? I don't know if any of you, if y'all watch like British TV and stuff, do any of you guys know Bargain Hunt? Three. Sorry, I'm being quiet as I'm like reading this now. It's a little bit, I think, similar to 4.6 Opus. It is a little bit on the nose. Um, I prefer the prose in this much better. Um, yeah, fantasy can get a bit flowery. I'm gonna try this with a different genre and still 4.6. So let's try it as horror, just to see if we're getting different prose. Spy thriller. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious as well. I need to look and see if how similar the openings are. Okay, this is a bit like overly obvious. Let's just retry. I'm just taking it for a spin. It is bringing stuff from the Codex quite a bit. Um, he knows her name. Okay, I mean it's all right. It's not the best. It doesn't feel super horror. Let's try the thriller. I just want to see what it can do if it's anything like just anything, you know? McBain says, I noticed both are good, but not a significant amount of change between the two models. 4.6 is a little bit more nuanced, but I'm still liking 4.5. Yeah, I would say the same. I think it's not appreciably better. It doesn't cost more and it'll probably last around longer. It's if there's no reason not to use it. I just don't think there's like a big need to use it. Um Okay, I like that. Tradition insisted they be tied by another's hands. Tradition did not say what happened to the hands that tied them after if the child did not return. Okay, that's a cool detail. Um, I like this. I'm liking this one more. So that might be a thing of you're just needing to kind of generate enough to make them different. I like that. I think that's a good generation. So I think it is worth doing multiple generations, and seeing things. Yeah. I find the thing with American shows is they're too long. Not that I don't have the attention span, but I don't want to have the attention span for them. I'm like, so much unnecessary drama is put in just for the sake of adding more episodes. There's no conciseness. Um, I mean, I say that and I watch like Supernatural and stuff. So like I can watch a long series, but like Lucifer was great first series, 13 episodes, perfect. You start getting to like in the 20s, 30s, and you're like, maybe not. Okay, so my judgment for these is I like them. I think it's writing well. Let me see how it does compared to Opus 4.6, just as a curiosity. Um, Ed. Opus and Sonnet, I think, have very different speaking styles, like voice. Um, Opus gives a lot more information, which in sometimes is good, sometimes is bad. Um, but I might prefer Sonnet. Maybe we'll see. What is he doing? Let me just check the cameras. Dylan, 1 minute. Let me just go and check on the dog. This is why I normally have people here while I'm streaming. What are you doing? Dylan! Oi! Dylan, out. What are you eating? Drop it. One out. Who's in the bathroom bin? God knows what he's eating. Hello and thanks for the stream. With all these model updates, is creative writing actually improving now, or are we basically at close? I think we're at a bit of a plateau at the moment. I have not seen anything that's made me go, wow. I mean, maybe one day we'll get like a new model that is like superhuman, but no. At the moment it's all just like it's a bit of the same. We're getting the changes, the improvements are getting smaller and smaller. Like I remember Claude 2 and it was like amazing. I really enjoyed it. And like Claude 3 had a big improvement. For it's getting less and less, in my opinion. I think the model that you use will very much depend on what you're trying to write. I think Sonnet and Opus have very different voices, which may be good, may be bad, depending on I think you could definitely kit bash them together. I've always said that. I think Sonnet is, to be honest, like if you're gonna do prose, yeah, it's just as good. Like it does the job. Um, I feel that um yeah, whereas maybe in planning you would want to use Opus, but I don't feel like there's a huge difference. They both have their issues. Um, I enjoyed working with Sonnet. I feel like it's been very easy to work on. I've liked what's come out. It's given me some ideas. I feel like I've got a bit better idea of the world. Um, but it's not like a game changer. I think, yeah, it's a game of diminishing returns, and yeah, they're not. I think because they're not focused on writing and creative writing, and because most of the lawsuits and stuff come from creative pursuits, there is no incentive for them to specifically work on that. Um, I I think you could, yeah, I think working with some clearer like prompting and giving some more specific instructions will definitely help improve the prose. I think more what we'll end up focusing on is better comprehension of the information we feed it. So if a model can handle a big codex and instructions, then that is good. I'm not sure how much came off them, but yeah. So if a model can handle the instructions, handle the prose, and it's like the quality isn't super good, but it's following your instructions and it's easy to edit better. I think that's probably what we're gonna start looking at. But yeah, it we'll see. Gemini 3.1 is rumored to be out soon. If so, we'll have an impromptu stream. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I think Gemini will be great for nonfiction. I always love Gemini for anything research related. Goat. Um, yeah. So we'll see. What are all your thoughts? Let me know. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm, happy to share my thoughts, chat to myself for an hour. But yeah, what do you guys think? Have any of your thoughts changed? Yeah. I wish I could give you all better news. I wish I could be like, oh my god, this model is like a game changer. Because I want a game-changing model as well. It's fun. Um, it makes writing pleasurable. Um, but this isn't a bad model. Like, it's a solid task course, and like if you've not got Opus budget, then absolutely use this. It's for pros, they're comparable, just different styles. And it's a lot cheaper. Yeah, Gemini and Perplexity for research. I love like Google Gemini because it has access to the internet. Like so many pages that like you give a link to like Claude models and they can't access it. Well, Google can, so it really helps. Mm. Yeah, I've never really used Perplexity. Like that's something that I should really get into using a bit more. Oh, oh, sorry for that. Well, thank you all for coming. Yeah, this has been fun. I'm very intrigued to know more about this model and play around with it a bit more. I do worry that we're at the time that things are like, "Nyeh." Yeah, Kimi and Quen, I've heard a lot of good stuff about, especially because like Quen, you can get like free versions. Yeah, I think kind of the next iteration will be, I think because models aren't going to get any better, we'll then be seeing, or like the top models won't be getting better. Hopefully, we see some of the mid tier models like increasing and like reaching that threshold. That's my hope. And then like at least the writing is cheaper, even if it's not getting better. So we'll see. Oh, Perplexity for research is awesome. Great. Yeah, I'll have to find something to research one day. Okay, thank you all for coming, and I will see you all when the next model drops, which should be soon. Bye for now.